Is Tarantino out of touch with these comments? Is he getting cringy like Scorsese? Is he getting too elitist with his takes? Because he's basically saying anything after 2019 is crap.
You know, I feel like sometimes I want to smack the hell out of him every time.
No, but Tarantino.
Yes, he's amazing.
I for one, I love Ridley Scott's comments.
2019.
I love Ridley Scott.
2019. Did his movie come out in 2019?
We'll get to his comments here. But
I'm
gonna
look it up.
For one, Ridley Scott, when he said make an effing movie, when he does this whole I'm gonna be out at 10 movies, I'm like, I respect that. I'm like, okay,
oh my god,
his best
Once
movies.
Upon a Time in Hollywood totally came out in 2019.
Yeah. It did come out in 2019. That's why. Oh my god. Tarantino picked the last year his movie came out.
You fucking magnificent bastard.
2019. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's done.
Tarantino wants.
It was going to be the year The Critic came out.
Top dollar.
What about his Star Trek movie?
But I think this is pretty uncool. I think that I don't like this. If he's gonna do this the rest of his career until his 10th movie comes out, and then after his 10th movie comes, just criticize the industry propped up from his soapbox. I got a finger for him.
Oh
it's
my
between
God.
the lines.
We're gonna have another movie director as a
listen. I think the industry has some issues, but to say anything after 2019, and that was the last year of movies, that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. That's a lot of shade.
Tarantino.
No, but that's a lot of shade towards the whole industry. Like nothing, that was the last year of movies. And that happened to be the year you know what?
I think he's being way too it's obvious that it's 2017, dickhead. Your movie didn't make the cut.
Yeah. All right. Well, Quentin Tarantino isn't too happy with the current state of cinema. I think that's bullshit if you're not going to stay in the game. If you're just going to say, "Oh, I'm out." Mic drop, I'm out, and the rest of the movies stink, and I'm just going to criticize the industry from afar. All my movies are great. I only made 10 of them. I'm going to have some real issues. That's all right, CJH. I'm not going to let you on if you keep talking about, okay, there's some feedback. Okay. I don't know what to do about it. It's not that bad. All right.
Feedback is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It might be you, CJ.
It is not me. Oh. I think 2007. I don't judge the industry at all. I think the industry is thriving, baby. Let's go.
No, but if he's gonna just drop this and then move on and then just
2007 is when cinema died. It was when No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood. Those are the last great American films. Sorry, what was he doing that year? Oh yeah, Death Proof.
Is even go as far as saying 2008 was the last effing year of movies.
Tarantino, by the way.
The director recently spoke. I like his movies.
I think
he's a little bit overblown though. I don't think his movies are the best thing ever. I agree. I enjoy his movies.
His movies are amazing.
He
deserves all the accolades he gets.
Okay,
honestly,
the director recently
even Death Proof. I love Death Proof.
With film critic Elvis Mitchell at the Sundance Film Festival and revealed that he's working on a play right now. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm writing a play.
Theater is where it's at. That's what he's going to say.
Probably the next thing I end up doing. He said, if it's a fiasco, I probably won't turn it into a movie. But if it's a smash hit, it might be my last movie. Tarantino added that writing a play has been a genuine challenge for him, and then he took a stab at the modern movie industry. That's a big effing deal pulling a play off, and I don't know if I can. So here we go. That's a challenge, a genuine challenge. But making movies? Well, what the F is a movie now?
Hell yeah.
What something that plays in the theaters for a token release for 4 effing weeks.
Okay, all right about that one.
And by the second week, you can watch on television. Oh no, he's Joe.
He's Crazy Joe.
He's Joe. That's his criticism. I didn't get into all this for diminishing returns. I mean, it was bad enough in 97. It was bad enough in 2019, and that was the last effing year of movies. That what
was
shirt
bad
deal.
about?
What do you mean it was bad enough in 97? What the hell?
In the context of it, he's talking about having a movie there as a token release, and then
what movie did it? What movie did it?
CJH, come back. I don't mean that. Is he upset with me? He left.
I don't know. Probably
he does. He does that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. what movie was bad and what
Well, I
happened in
think
1997?
listen, he's
I
talking
think
about
Speed too.
he's
Speed 2 must
talking
have really
about
crushed him.
in context of his full quote, Anthony. He's talking about just releasing a token release and then being on streaming.
Oh
in the
yeah,
4 weeks.
well, okay.
So I think that's where he's. I think
Bad
that's
enough
his
in
major.
97. So he's saying like a token release then straight to VHS or something.
Yeah,
in
he's like it was
97?
hard enough in '97, but now you got to compete with streaming. That's bull.
Well,
BS.
the thing about
Okay, I see.
'97,
Thank you.
I think that's what he's to
well,
clarify.
the
Tarantino.
thing in '97, if the movie came out on VHS, you get your money back.
No, but he's saying
that's
it was
the-
hard
the-
enough
the
to be a
sequel.
movie maker in '97. Now you got to
Yeah.
deal with this token release. Oh, we're only going to release it for a limited time, and then you got to be on streaming.
I do agree
That's
with
not
that.
movies.
I hate how movies now.
Well, that's actually Joe should cover this. I would.
Joe probably would like it.
Yeah.
I do hate it. I think Universal is either Universal or Paramount do this stupid thing where the movie's in theater for 2 weeks.
So he's
and
saying,
three,
look, he
and
said,
it's
and the
already
fact
on
that it's
VOD.
gotten drastically worse, and it's just a show pony exercise. Now the theatrical release, and then like in 2 weeks you can watch it on the streamer and that one. Okay, theater, you could do that. It's the final frontier. So his main critic in context, it reads completely different. Seems like he's very upset and disgruntled about the way movies are treated. It's just like a token to just like, okay, we're gonna have you in the theater for a few days.
He's not talking about the qualities of the movies themselves at all.
So yeah, that's why reading the
interesting.
Reading the article matters and not just the
but
headline.
I just want to ask him. It's like I understand, and he's correct. In the process now in the industry, but does he not understand those are like 2 weeks of audiences in theaters watching those movies, and that it is a diminishing return. He acknowledged that. Yeah.
But I will say this: you have to adapt and change with the times. You have consumers that are still willing to pay, that want to pay on VOD. Not everyone wants to go to the theaters. For certain things, they will go back. I speak with my wife, speak with Brian, who's not on the streams anymore, but he still likes entertainment. And he says it's got to be something special to get me back to the theater. I have all this other entertainment around me. It's not that he hates on the industry or anything. He wants everything to succeed. And that may be a lot of way people are. So I don't think the answer is to just completely poo-poo VOD and streaming. And there has to be a reason that these movie companies are still doing a VOD strategy. And it's just like, it's not a one size fits all for me. That's my opinion, Perp. Like some movies you keep in the theater.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's a new thing. Yeah.
But some movies you leave money on the table if you don't bring it to VODs fast, because it goes out of people's minds. They're not thinking about it.
I was always curious how Godzilla -1 did once it did reach digital, and because that was been like the longest wait between like, okay, there's definitely an audience between the theater and then going to physical media. And I wonder if like that helped, or if studios could see the numbers to that, if that would help like determine, it's like, hey, some films, as you said, we could afford to widen the gap.
The best time for a movie company to release movies in the theaters the first few weeks, and then after that the movie theater gets a bigger cut. So the movie theaters would love the movies to stay in. That from the research I've done on this, after like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 3 weeks, I think maybe they renegotiate that it's a different percentage goes to the theater. So when you go to VOD, direct to consumer, you might have less of a cut, and it might, for different projects, you might do really.
I think theaters are very aware, and they're doing new strategies, and they're doing new things to fight to keep audiences in there to make
I don't think
everyone's changing up their stuff, and I think it's going to be for the better.
I think it depends on the project. There's some movies that people want to see it, but they don't want to rush out the theater, but they're willing to pay the VOD.
Other than Disney, which they've been doing the 100-day release date.
It's a delicate, because where I would disagree with Joe is like, Joe was so adamant that Wicked was being released too soon on VOD, and I was like, I think people can't even. I think they got the numbers, they know what's up, like, and they could say, hey, if we release it now, we'll definitely.
Bro, the thing is,
and Wicked, they totally did, where they broke records because they released it. It could be because they released it that day. It was just like the perfect thing.
Wicked came out.
They have this shit down to a science over there. In these
Wicked came out in November.
Yeah,
And same as Moana, same the sequel to the other Ridley Scott movie. I forgot. And the old Moana did $1 billion. Wicked did 600 something, whatever. And then the new one comes out later this year in November.
What Moana's gonna help now is Disney Plus. That's gonna get me.
Yeah, now the new one is coming out. That's probably gonna do 1 billion views, because the first one.
Even the new one, like Moana's like such a.
Yeah, and
that's why I don't even think Disney cares about Star Wars as long as they're making money somewhere.
yeah,
No,